I just got back from the Bay of Islands tour. I haven't showered in like 3 days. I feel gross and I'm so tired. But some fun things happened this weekend, so we're gonna give you the lowdown. First and foremost, check out my new hat. It's got New Zealand on it, and then it's got a little kiwi on it, and it's warm. And I only paid $10 for it. Like, best $10 on a hat in a long time. So, new hat is flash. So flash. Yeah, I'm totally trying to use that word. I think it sounds weird when I say it with my American accent, so I'm trying to pick up a Kiwi accent. It's just not working as fast as I would like it to, but that's okay. It's okay, all in a good time. Anyway, so, Bay of Islands tour. We left here Friday morning. I was in the van with what has become to be known as the I'm gonna say this wrong. The Camericans, which is the Canadians and the Americans put together. Because there was one girl from Germany and one girl from Nicaragua, but the rest of us were either Canadian or American. So, figures, right? So that was fun. On the way there, sorry, I'm looking at my little notebook so that I don't forget to talk about anything. On the way there, we stopped at a wild bird sanctuary and we got to pet a kiwi. His name was Sparky. He is the only kiwi to allowed to be taken out and shown to people and petted and everything like that. He's an educational bird, and he's a one-legged kiwi because his foot got caught in a trap. So he was really cool. It feels a lot different than you would think. Like it was really coarse. And I'm not sure what I thought it would feel like, but it did not feel like what I thought.
What they do when they dig in the ground like that, when they find something in the ground, they don't have to open their bill up like that to get the worm. The very tip of their bill they can pinch with it. So they pinch the worm in the ground and then they slowly draw him out like that, then they have to flick it to the back of their mouth to swallow it because they only have a short tongue.
Kiwi time is way different than normal people time. And so when kiwis say 5 minutes, it's usually like at least 15. So all of us, our van was all pretty much down at the wharf, and so we're just kind of wandering around with our stuff, and we're like, well, are we here? Do we wait? I don't know what we're doing. And then the two guys who worked for the Rock, which is the houseboat we were going to end up staying on, were like, oh, you guys are here from Unitech, come on. Or you're here for the Rock. And we're like, well, we're pretty sure we are. And they're like, oh yeah, well, come on. So we're all like, wait, are we getting on the right boat? We don't know. Because we had to get on this little, like, a longboat, and then they motored us out to the Rock, which is the houseboat that we ended up staying the night on. So we were all like, are we sure we're on the right boat? Like, we have no idea. But it was kind of like one of those moments where like, okay, we're just gonna be a Kiwi about it and go with it. No worries, right? So it ended up being the right boat, which is nice. So once everyone was all on the boat, we drove around for like an hour. The Rock only goes up to 5 knots, which isn't very fast. So it took us a while to get places, but that was okay because it meant I could snap tons and tons and tons of pictures. So I probably have bajillions of pictures of the same thing, but I have tons of pictures, so whatever. Hey guys, so it's day 17 and I'm on a cruise ship. It's a houseboat actually, but I'm gonna give you a quick little tour of what I see when I look outside. So this is the front of the boat. When we finally did anchor, it was almost sunset time. So we had the choice of either you could go fishing or go swimming. And of course, I'm not a huge fisher, so I went swimming and it was so fun. The water was like super clear, like super beautifully crystal blue clear. We kind of just like ran around and did our own thing all over the houseboat. And then when it was dinner time, dinner was really good. Like, because we had been fishing and they were telling us about Kenna, which I'll get to a little bit later as well, I figured we would be eating fish that we A, caught, and B, they then killed and cooked for us. And so I was like, oh, I'm not a huge fan of fish, like, at all, like, no. But I was going to eat it. I'd like that stated on the record somewhere, that I was totally going to get into the whole eating the fish thing because we were on this boat. But turns out, no, they fed us steak, like beef, steak, cow, awesomeness. And it was good, it was marvelous, and so we had a really nice dinner, and then afterwards we went for kayak rides in the dark. And the big thing about the Bay of Islands and where we were is there are fluorescents in the water, which means that fluorescence is from the single-celled plankton, and they store up all this energy from the sunlight, so then when you touch them, they release that energy in the form of light. And so like when we were kayaking, we moved our paddles and you would see it like almost glow, not quite neon, but like a greenish color in the water. And since the water is dark, since we were like in the middle of nowhere and it was really, really dark, you would see it glow as you moved your paddles, and it was amazing. And I wish I could show you that, but I wasn't taking my camera on A, on a kayak, and B, I feel like it would be really hard to capture with film. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it and know that it was friggin' amazing. And the stars, I mean, we could see so many stars. Like, I don't know much about constellations, but the constellations are all different on this side of the world since A, I'm not in the northern hemisphere anymore. So there's what they call the pot, which is Orion's belt, because it looks like a pot, like with the handle and everything. So there was Orion's belt, there was parts of the Milky Way, which was amazing to see. Like, it was so beautiful. And then the Southern Cross is the star in which they used to navigate. Like, people from the Northern Hemisphere use the North Star. They have the Southern Cross is what they used to navigate by. So we did some kayaking for a bit, and then we had a chance to swim in the water and make the fluorescents move. And I was a little worried because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get so cold again, but you have to do it. It's one of those things that you're here and you may not be here ever again, and so you have to do it. And I'm really glad I did, because A, the water was a lot warmer the second time that I went swimming than it was the first time, and B, it was gorgeous. Like, there was a point in which I was just lying up on my back looking at the stars, looking at the great expanse of the sky, and it was so calming and serene and beautiful, and like your body's underwater, and so you can't hear any of the noises that anyone else is making as they're swimming around you, and you feel alone in the world and you feel at peace in the world. And it was beautiful. It was like one of those moments where you find yourself, like, yeah. So that was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad I did it. Oh my god, it was beautiful. So then it was kind of like nothing exciting happened, and then the next day we went snorkeling, and that was the first time I've ever been snorkeling, so pretty big deal. I was a little mad though, because I brought a wetsuit with me to New Zealand, and then what did I do? I forget it in my dorm room. I forget it essentially in my dorm room, and so I didn't have it with me. And you could rent a wetsuit, but I was like, no, I don't want to rent it. This is my punishment for forgetting it. So I got cold super fast, but I was still in there for like a good 45 minutes. So we had the little flippers and the little snorkeling thing. We didn't really see anything super exciting except for Kenna, which is a sea urchin that the New Zealand culture favors greatly. You stab it and break it apart, and there's a part where you scoop it out and eat it. And it looks really gross, and it feels really gross, and I would know because I ate it, because, yeah, person who hates to eat anything that comes from underwater, tried it. I will show you. I don't have a picture of me like actually eating it, but I have a picture of it on my hand, because they just like scoop it out and put it on your hand, and you're supposed to just like slurp it on down your throat. So yes, it tasted like salt water, and I don't think I'd ever eat it again. Back to just the snorkeling. We didn't go very far from the boat, but I did get attacked by a rock. Yes, I was just kind of following everyone else, and so I wasn't, like, at the time I didn't have my face in the water because the guide was talking to us, and so, yeah, I ran into a rock, and I don't know that you'll be able to see this, and I have mosquito bites too, so don't look at that, but, like, this stuff, that's all my attack from a rock. As I was snorkeling, so that wasn't so exciting, especially because, like, I got on the boat, I got back on the houseboat, and they're like, oh, you're bleeding, and I was like, oh, whoa, I am, look at that. Waiwaitoria Island. It was really cool to be able to see this island. We walked around it, and the views are gorgeous, and the water was wonderful, and we swam, and we kayaked, and just had, like, an amazing time, and oh my god, I wish you guys could have been there. It was, oh, there's no words. I feel like I'm saying the same words over and over to describe everything, but really, like, there's no words to encompass how beautiful it was, how amazing, and how just expansive. I mean, you could see things for miles, and it was, oh my gosh. I did take a little video from there, so I will try and put that here. Hi guys, we're on Waiwaitoria Island. This is Saturday, day 18. Not a pretty awful way to spend a day 18, by the way. So, we're just going to show you the island a little bit and hope that that kind of helps make up for the fact that you guys aren't here. And yeah, so enough of me talking. Here you go. We're gonna go for a little trek now. We're gonna see if we can get you over to the houseboat. So notice I am barefoot. I'm becoming a hobbit. I don't have to wear shoes here in this country. It's awesome. So way over there in the distance, that's the hole in the roll, or the hole in the rock. It's a big thing to go see, but you have to approach it from the northern side to see the part that everyone takes pictures of. So we're probably not going to be able to get to see that, but we get to see all this, so it's not so bad.
Geht hier runter, was will ich machen? Sitz einfach drauf,
Okay.
sitz einfach drauf.
1, 2, 3. Ah, bei dir geht es gar nicht, ne?
And that there was our houseboat that we stayed on for the night. So that's pretty cool.
Die hüpft herum, ich mach Handstand.
Or that's pretty flash, as my flatmate would say. Gemma's from Gisborne, which is like 3, no, she said 7 hours. So she says flash instead of cool. So that's so flash. Yeah. So here we are, 3 days later, and I haven't showered, and I'm tired, and I have so many pictures to edit, but I'm so glad that I went. It was a lot of fun.